the world's 10 most dangerous deadly insects. The first place is called the human Grim Reaper. If you see it, run away. In the community of life on Earth, insects are abundant and incredibly diverse. Occupy an important position. There are over 1 million known insect species. The actual number may exceed 10 million, about half of all living species on Earth. Although most insects may seem small, hidden deadly threat. Why can't mosquitoes slap at will when they suck blood? Which insect is the human Grim Reaper? In the face of them, I really can only run away from China. Today we will step into the insect world together. Uncover these smiles, the secrets behind the deadly creatures. 10th Bubble Beetle. In nature's insect kingdom, the name Bubble Beetle sounds like a cartoon character at first glance. In fact, there is a deadly mystery. It's called the spotted beetle, the master of chemical defense in insect knots. When squeezed, when there is friction or danger, they will come from within, releases a drama called cactine. This toxin comes into contact with the skin, can quickly trigger intense stimulation, forming blisters visible to the naked eye. Bubble beetle's name. It is from this unique defensive response. For birds and other worlds, this poison is like poison candy. That contact is enough to teach them a lesson. Stay away from it. However, the lethality of cactine goes far beyond that. It is a potential threat to both humans and mammals. Horses are particularly vulnerable, since bubble beetles often inhabit licorice and pastures. When this forage is chopped up and fed, toxins can enter the horse's digestive system with the feed, causing severe gastrointestinal discomfort and even death. More alarming is, in human history, spot hair has been misunderstood. It's used as an aphrodisiac. This dangerous attempt still needs to be pursued to this day. Quit in fact. Cactus weakens contact with eyes. Mucosal tissue symptoms, such as the mouth, will be more dangerous. After ingesting a highly toxic individual, the body experiences rapid lip swelling, dysphagia, abdominal pain and vomiting, urine, blood, and other symptoms. Severe cases can lead to shock. Bubble beetles have a very wide range. They can be seen from grasslands to deserts. Dense groups form even when mating in secret rooms. The scene is quite shocking. For families, the threat of these beetles is mostly from skin-to-skin contact. As long as you avoid eating or squeezing, reduce risk. If there is any sign of them in the garden, wearing gloves in a closet is the safest way to handle it. 9th Assassin Caterpillar. In the secrets of the Amazon rainforest, lurking a deadly creature that makes people smell. Assassin caterpillar. Its dangerous properties can be seen from its name. This ordinary-looking caterpillar, in fact, it has enough to decide. Terror weapon of life and death. The assassin caterpillar is about 4.5 to 5 centimeters long. Variable colors, from emerald green to tan, like inconspicuous moss on the bark. They often move in groups, form a circle at rest, head out. Once disturbed, it will quickly line up again. It's a kind of strange and adorable behavior. In fact, it hides murderous intentions beneath its ugly exterior, covered with fine burrs. It's a chilling lethal in nature. Defensive equipment. In each hollow anal hair muscle sac are stocked with powerful anticoagulant toxins. When people accidentally come into contact with the assassin caterpillar, these anal hairs can instantly break and pierce the skin. Slow release of toxins. This can lead to serious bloody diseases. Toxins can interfere with the normal clotting process of the blood, causing small blood vessels in the body to form thrombosis. As platelets are depleted, victim, there will be uncontrollable internal bleeding. Finally, die. Incomplete statistics of death data. At least 500 people have died from his toxins. The risk can be seen in general. However, this terrifying toxin, it also brings new research directions to the scientific community. Anticoagulant properties of assassin caterpillar toxin. It is of great research value in the medical field, attracting many scientists to explore in depth. Although the assassin caterpillar's poison has potential scientific significance, but for most ordinary people, keeping your distance from them is knowing. While traveling through the Amazon rainforest, be wary of these seemingly insignificant, a creature that hides a killer move. Once encountered, don't touch it curiously, only stay away. To avoid stepping into this deadly traps lurking deep in the rainforest. 8th Black Widow Spider. In the deadly list of the insect world, Black Widow Spider, a mysterious and deadly beauty. Its pitch-black body, with bright red hourglass markings on the belly, like an elegant killer in a tuxedo, and the name Black Widow, more from females after mating, the unique habit of devouring a spouse. This seemingly cruel act, in fact, it is a reserve for future generations. Survival strategies for adequate nutrition. And here's what's even more amazing. This only needs to be paid once in a lifetime. You can store experience for a lifetime. Spawn every 25 to 30 days under indicative conditions. It can produce about 5,000 eggs in its lifetime. Fertility is the breeding machine of the insect kingdom. Although Black Widow has a nickname, it's not very big. The female pig is about 0.5 centimeters long. The male pig is only a quarter of the female. They're on the edge of the fields, or near the village weaving funnel house cobwebs. Spider silk is stronger than all natural fibers, even tougher than steel wire and Kevlar. Once the dragonfly, Zen, and other insects cannot break free when they go out of the net. What's really terrifying is the venom. As a potent neurotoxin, more than 10 times more toxic than rattlesnake venom. Although the amount of detoxification is small, the probability of death is less than 5%, but the bite directly stimulates the central nervous system, cause severe pain, chill and fever, vomiting and other symptoms. In severe cases, it can lead to cardiac arrest. It is worth noting that male black widows are completely non-toxic, in stark contrast to the lethal nature of females. In human culture, Black Widow is often seen as a symbol of insidious danger, but its survival strategy has amazed biologists. Females get their energy by eating their mates. The incredible toughness of spider silks makes them highly effective hunters. Precision toxicity of toxins, balanced hunting and self-destruction needs. This set is beautiful, cruel and intelligent little creatures, just like the perfect annotation of natural selection. When we hear about his name, feel while standing, it has to be this. A creature that interprets the laws of survival to the extreme. A little bit of reverence for natural evolution. The 7th African word for bees mentions bees, often in people's minds, crossing flowers to collect honey. These are hard-working people spreading pollen. Most bees are really gentle. As long as you don't take the initiative to provoke, you will be fine. However, in the bee family, Africanized bee, but it's scary like an alien. And his birth, a runaway disaster in a human laboratory. The accident began in Brazil in the 1950s. At that time, in order to increase the honey production of bees, Brazilian common sense introduces new varieties from abroad. But because European honeybees have difficulty adapting to tropical environments, repeated failures. Westrail, set your sights on Tanzania's East African seal, trying to create heat tolerance through hybridization. Productive wind species, but the East African seal is due to the harsh native environment. Many natural enemies, always fierce, known for being extremely aggressive. To prevent genes pollution, Dr. Cole installed a barrier to limit his range of activities. Unexpectedly, a guard unintentionally removed large numbers of East African bees and queens have fled into the wild, crossing with local bees. That gave rise to the terrifying African honeybee. African bee, it already had excellent flight capabilities, compact but able to fly fast and over long distances. This advantage, it's reinforced in Africanized honeybees. Once someone accidentally breaks into its territory, will be attacked like crazy. These aggressive bees, the chasing distance can reach more than 400 meters to drive out the invaders. According to incomplete statistics, during the 20th century, hundreds of people were buried under the poisonous needle of Africanized bees, and it spreads about the bad people of killer bees in Africa. Although Africanized honeybees are highly aggressive, but he showed an amazing ability to harvest honey. The most efficient honey harvest in South America. The bees that produce the most honey. They're like defaced figures in nature. Defend the territory with strong combat effectiveness. Stick to the job of picking honey. Becoming a bee is highly controversial in the world. Awesome existence. The 6th kissing bug in the insect world. There is a creature, high danger under the name of romance. Now, the name kissing bug is kind of sentimental. But, if you know its habits, I'm afraid no one will expect this kiss. As a nocturnal planetary insect, kissing worms as mammals, birds and reptiles feed on their blood, hidden during the day, but quietly approach humans in the dead of night. Specially selected for weak facial skin and exit the lower mouth, such as lips and eyes. From this came the kissing bug people. Their attacks are highly covert. Suck blood while you're in the water. Although the amount of blood is large, the wound is almost painless, imperceptible, and more deadly than blood. Is the Chagas disease it spreads? Worldwide 6 million to 7 million people are infected with the disease. Over 10,000 people die every year. When kissing worms feed on blood, will drip parasite carrying feces on the wound. After it leaves, the parasite then travels through the wound and enters the bloodstream. Early symptoms resemble the flu. If not treated in time, after many years, it can cause severe heart disease and digestive diseases. It can even lead to heart failure or intestinal disorders. Kissing worms are widely distributed in the Americas, especially in Latin America. Long lurks under the porch, rock crack lumber pile, under the bark, even in the muda nest. In the pet den, they are extremely flexible in their habitat choices. From the natural environment to the human habitat could become its stronghold. For people living in affected areas, it is essential to strengthen pest control measures at night. Close the doors and windows, clean up clutter, clog the gap, avoid letting this romantic bug become a health hazard. After all, this deadly kiss, not the experience anyone wants. From a silent bite to diseases that have been dormant for many years, kissing reuses seemingly tender names, written the most dangerous laws of survival in nature. 5th place, fat-tailed scorpion. In the semi-arid deserts of the Middle East and Africa, inhabits a kind of name full of fetus. Fat-tailed scorpion with murderous intentions. Its Greek name is the killer, one of the most dangerous scorpion populations in the world. This adult scorpion is about 10 centimeters long. As a nocturnal animal, they hide in crevices in the rocks during the day. Keep your body hydrated. After nightfall, they become active in hunting cockroaches, fried water, and other insects for food. The most striking feature of the fat-tailed scorpion is that unusually thick tail. This fat tail is not just a show. It contains large amounts of strong and small neurotoxins. When hunting, they will use both powerful pliers to suppress their prey. The venom is injected through the tail needle. Quickly paralyze prey. Paralyzed for humans. Being covered in fat tails is a deadly crisis. Dizziness first, excessive sweating, instantly cause muscle cramps, blood pressure spikes, and tachycardia. If not treated within 2 hours, may die from the spread of toxins. This terrifying toxicity, let him be in the desert ecosystem, become order, deadly hunters of small animals. And here's the contrast. Such a dangerous flying-tailed scorpion. In the pet market, it is quite popular with reptile enthusiasts. Many people are fascinated by its unique appearance and biological attraction. Keep it as a pet, but breeders must be aware of the new member's tail poison sac. Hidden deadly neurotoxins. You need to be equipped with a professional epidemic prevention feeding box, temperature and humidity control equipment, and emergency medical plans. Any negligence can lead to serious consequences. From the top predator in the desert, ornamental pets in glass boxes, FEI takes on a contradictory identity, interpreting the laws of nature. 4th place, to jump algae. In the microscopic biological world, although jumping algae are tiny, but dangerous elements that cannot be ignored. These unintentional insects belong to the jujube tree, feeding on the blood of mammals and birds. People who have owned cats and dogs, perhaps you have dealt with them. Don't look at fleas as inconspicuous. His jumping ability is called the bouncing champion of biology. They can jump 33 centimeters vertically. That's a person that's 1.8 meters tall. Jump to a 50-story building. Such explosive power is amazing. Perennial fleas feed on blood to thrive. Their bites make it hard to sell. When pets scratch frequently, it's probably fleas. Although the flea Tianhao animal host, but under environmental trends, it also turns its tone towards humans. What's even more shocking is, this seemingly insignificant little bug. It actually changed human history. Behind the scenes research confirms. Jiangxi field, the plague pandemic that killed a quarter of Europe's population. Fleas are key vectors. Historically, plagues tend to break out in times of famine, when rats are plagued or food is scarce. Increased contact with rats, fleas carrying Yersinia pestis bacteria on rats have the opportunity to bite humans, inject deadly germs into the body through breath, and cause an epidemic. From a biological perspective, jump sweep with unique bouncing ability, fast host transfer, searching for students from a historical perspective. They carry germs that have reduced cities to rubble, reshaping the human social landscape. In the face of this kind of survival wisdom, creatures that pose a health threat, prevention of residual treatment, keep the furniture clean, regularly deworming pets, clean up corner debris in time, cut off the living space of fleas, to avoid the harm caused by these little monsters. In the process of coexisting with nature, the existence of fleas is a constant reminder to humans, and tiny creatures may also have the power to change the world. The third place is snake yin. In the lush vegetation of the African continent, inhabited by a formidable flying insect. This insect is similar in size to the home camp. However, due to its prominent tone and unique wing structure, as the indigenous people of the African temple continent, during the day, they hide among the dense vegetation. As night falls, he becomes a deadly bloodsucker. With keen perception, in search of mammalian blood for nourishment, when folding silver pierces the jagged breath into the skin, will cause a severe tingling sensation, and more deadly than pain. It's the saliva they inject during the blood-sucking process, the deadly trypanosome. It invades the body with the blood. African sleep disease causes a mortality rate of nearly 100%. Early symptoms of the disease, similar to the common cold, easily overlooked, but as chasers invade the central nervous system, the patient will respond to the light, allergic reaction to sound and smell, concomitant behavior anomaly, insanity, and severe sleep disorders. If not treated in time, the disease will rapidly deteriorate until death. According to statistics, tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of people every year. Snakes and flies are small, but for the ecology and public health of the African continent, have a profound impact. To control its population, scientists have taken multiple measures, from environmental management to chemical prevention, even by releasing sterile male snake flies, make it unable to reproduce after mating with females, so as to gradually reduce the population. This war against snakes and flies, it is not only the key to epidemic prevention, more about ecological balance and the maintenance of biodiversity, how to contain the spread of the disease while simultaneously avoid disrupting the local insect ecosystem, become a subject of continuous exploration by the scientific community. Second place, banana spider. Sweet and delicious bananas. It is a much-loved tropical fruit. However, behind this delicious taste, but there is a terrifying threat hidden. Banana spider. For those unfortunate enough to be bitten by it, edible banana could be the worst mistake of my life. Banana spider, named after a preference for hiding in banana bushes, widely distributed in South America, especially common in Brazil. Therefore, it is also known as the Brazilian wandering spider. This spider is huge, up to 5 centimeters in length. Leg spread spans about 15 centimeters. All hairy. Body color from gray fingers. The abdomen, such as the black part, often has black spots. Unlike ordinary spiders, they hunt recklessly. They wander around at night looking for food. It's really exciting. It's the banana spider's terrifying toxicity and aggression. He was recognized by Guinness World Records as the most venomous spider in the world, agile and aggressive. Once you feel threatened, will quickly stand on your hind legs, spread your fangs and take an offensive stance, ready to deliver the lethal blow. They inhabit the warm forests of South America. No fixed place. Frequent devotion to banana fields and tropical ports, causing great trouble to local farmers and residents. Even among the South American bananas imported into the UK every year, there will be incidents of entraining banana spiders. Banana spiders venomous wild power golden man. Just 0.006 milligrams can kill mice. Once a human is bitten, you could be dead in 25 minutes. And before that, you had to suffer an accelerated heartbeat, vomiting, blurred vision and severe pain. And here's what's extraordinary. Its bite can cause male abnormalities and prolonged painful erections. This symptom usually lasts for several hours. In severe cases, it may cause permanent sexual dysfunction. However, This strange toxic reaction, it discriminates against medical research. Scientists are trying to study its venom, exploring new ways to treat erectile dysfunction. Next time you open a banana, check it carefully. Don't let this sweetness turn into a deadly wonderland. The first death mosquito is found in every corner of the earth. Mosquitoes are inconspicuous little flying insects, perhaps one of the most annoying creatures to humans. There are currently more than 3,500 known mosquito species in the world. They adapt to a wide range of environments. Many people don't know. In order to breed eggs, female mosquitoes, this will continue to infect humans. Fill people with red envelopes. It's itchy. Now, males are much milder, feeding only on nectar, basically no threat to humans. What's even more shocking is, these little insects, not only does it ruin the tranquility of summer evenings, or a dreaded disease carrier, 2021, caused by mosquito-borne blood parasitic diseases, the death toll is as high as 619,000. This is where mosquitoes become the deadliest animal in the world. The death toll far exceeds that of most wild animals. About mosquitoes, there is a folk tradition of blood-sucking slapping can cause the needle to break in the body, claims that cause a virus infection. But that's just a rumor. Research shows that, slap the mosquito that is sucking blood, the suction needle is usually pulled out together, and there is no evidence to suggest that the remaining needles in the body will endanger health. The key to mosquito-borne diseases is that transmission of pathogens through saliva, like lamp insulation, exterminating mites, etc. When a needle is inserted into the body, the pathogen has entered with saliva. At this point, whether you've had or not has no effect on whether you are infected or not. The heart of mosquito control lies in eliminating the breeding environment for mosquitoes. Take personal protection, mosquito repellent, etc. It is worth mentioning that mosquitoes also inspire scientific research. Their unique way of flying, inspiration for the design of micro-air vehicles, its precision sensing and rapid response capabilities. It is a research hotspot in the field of robotics. This little creature that people hate and fear, while threatening human health. Also with unique biological characteristics, driving technological progress. Okay, this video ends here. I don't know about the above 10 deadly insects. Which one impressed you the most? Thanks for watching. See you next time.